Now that's a thunder in paradise.
Speedboats, time grabber, Navy SEALs on the deck, fighting crimes and all the others. We're the ones they came to wreck. Terry Hulk Hogan leading the fight. No tan lines in sight. Everything is at stake. For no reason will this beefcake. Plenty of guest stars joining in the fun. Bandanas and handlebars. Justice just begun. We'll never be outdone. We're the number one. Clouds block out the sun. Storm has just begun. Now that's a thunder in paradise. Can't you feel the vibe? Living life on the edge where the heroes are died. Now that's a thunder in paradise. We're ready for the fight. Speedboats and Navy SEALs. Together we ignite.
Hey there, sports fan. My name is Kit, and this is Now That's What I Call Wrestling, the good, bad wrestling show. And we are continuing that slog. We are running down the sand. We've got sand on our feet. We got sand in our shorts. We got sand all the way up it.
And you got your head all the way up it.
We are continuing to drive that speedboat, dude. Right down the cove, brother. Right down to paradise. So we are continuing to run down every single episode of the 1994 hit television show Thunder in Paradise, starring Terry Hulk Hogan, Bolea. And oh yeah, we got to catch you up on what happened last time. Last time on Now That's a Thunder in Paradise.
Eddie, baby, hang loose, brother.
And that's basically all you need to know, so let's go.
Did you bring the money?
It's Indianapolis Jones. That guy's definitely judging him for bringing like $100,000 in the same type of box he would use to like sell raffle tickets at the high school basketball game. That guy can finally afford to have all the buttons replaced on his shirt.
All of it.
Let me test a powder.
You know, we take it for granted now, but people back in the 90s had to go to crazy lengths to get pre-workout. Yep, it's pure Tang. Walkers! That guy's just taking the angriest pee that's ever happened. Yeah. Does that guy just walk around with all that shit piled up in his hand? Like, okay, all right, easy now, easy now. Don't. If you walk by too fast, it's too breezy. Achoo! Also, like, way more of it flew back in his own face, I think. Brother got on a rowboat with a steering wheel. Like, I don't even know. He should have put one of those clubs on it. Someone's gonna steal his boat, man. Yeah, this guy's still going.
The LASIK Eye Institute. Explode boats with your eyes.
Good God, how much did we pay for the 2,000-foot explosion? That explosion could have been just a normal amount of feet high, but this director, whoever directed this, I think it was Orson Welles.
Ah, the French champagne.
If they just had a normal height explosion, they could have saved so much money, and they could have spent that money on not having Brutus Beefcake. How much to keep Beefcake home? So it's worth pointing out here that we're only 5 episodes into Thunder in Paradise, and they've already started a lot of the main cast members in a band. Like last episode, we already had a sci-fi underwater prison for episode 4, which is a big jump in the timeline of when that's acceptable to do for a show. And now we already have a band. This show, we're 5 episodes in, and they've jumped the shark so hard that they went back in time to a time when they hadn't yet jumped it, which I guess doesn't make sense because that would make the show good. This show, Shark Jump You.
How's it going?
Jim Neidhart alert. Jim Neidhart alert. Again, look at that money wasted. There's Beefcake. He could have been sitting at home.
How do you spell iconoclastic?
Careful.
Careful. You know, spelling's illegal in Florida. So we get some more plot here. That's Trelawney. She's come over from something called the Purple Pelican with her band, and she's working also at the bar at the same time, kind of. Seems like a really weird excuse in what seems to be becoming a very voodoo-centric episode to just shoehorn in another character, which follows our Shark Jump You logic.
Okay, man, let's bring it home.
You know that they just like hit the preset bossa nova settings or something where it's like, yeah, go ahead and play for us, Brew. He's just like pressing buttons that aren't doing anything.
Got you covered. One brew special. Virgin.
The way I like it.
What? Okay, look, I have made a lot of hay out of the fact that I despise the character of Brew because he's just like the male, gross, like chauvinist character, which is just, I know it was the 90s, but it's just, even then, it's a worn out trope anyway. I've kind of jokingly been talking about like how this character seems to really be attracted to a lot of the very young women on the show. And now they just basically come out and say it. The way I like him? Hey, bud. Hey, Brew.
How about new?
Oh, we be jamming now, man.
Nope.
I think she must be in the stars, huh?
Oh!
You're gonna blow the powder everywhere. What could Brutus the Barber Beefcake possibly be talking about? So then I landed the plane and then I wiped off the windshield. So I was trying to surf over this shark and then I cast a magic spell.
Probably just an allergic reaction.
And what are you allergic to?
Washed up wrestlers.
Oh my God, there's only one bike like that in the world.
Fact check. There's a lot of bikes like that in the world.
You know that person?
This is not someone you know. This is someone you experience.
Chapel Roan. So then we find out that the woman pulling up onto the beach with her old-timey motorcycle is Rita, who is Spence's ex. That's right, Hulk Hogan's ex-fiance.
Well, I'd know that pencil neck anywhere.
Hello, Rita. What a surprise, albeit not a very pleasant one. Gotta hand it to you. Took some guts coming here.
Is he gonna fight her?
Where's your partner?
And where's Hulk Hogan? Off someplace alone, polishing his cannon. That's exactly what he's doing, dude.
Spence, don't fall for her again. Spence.
HH doesn't stand for Hulk Hogan. HH stands for Hungry Eyes. Hungry Eyes. The H is silent. Whoa, Dreamweaver, I believe you can, brother, dude.
Well, as I live and breathe.
That can be adjusted.
He is gonna fight her.
Drink?
What brings you back to paradise?
My husband disappeared last week.
Cut. Hey, Hulk Hogan, on the next take, good job, buddy. On the next one, can you react even more? Like it's getting a little late and you've asked your mom if you can have another treat and she said no? Perfect.
Husband? Did you hear that, Spence? She's married? A legal union? Wedlock? Off the market? Goodbye, Rita. It's been grins.
His boat exploded off the coast of St. Lucia.
She's married to Indianapolis Jones.
The island police found no evidence of foul play.
No, the police found no evidence of foul play. The Jungle Cruise boat exploded into space and the local police were like, yeah, natural causes, I suspect. Seems about right. So basically the plot is this. Her husband was a medical researcher and he was out trying to do some kind of research, which explains the powder. And you think maybe she wants Spence to go look for his remains, but no, she wants Spence to take what's apparently the only speedboat in Florida that's for hire out to look for the money that he took, $250,000.
There was a lockbox on board. I'm sure it survived the blast.
Lady, you really think that Cabbage Patch Kid's lunchbox that he kept that money in survived that explosion to the moon? Did you see it? So as they go out to look for this money hidden in the explosion, Brew is understandably skeptical. He does not want Spence to fall back in love with his ex-fiance, and Hulk Hogan insists that it's not about love, dude. It's all about the money, brother, which is so far the most believable part of the episode. So then they dive down to first check the aquariums at Epcot. Water walkers! Freaking autograph hounds, dude. Why are you gonna sell this on eBay? He's checking the oil!
It's in the boat! It's in the boat!
Underwater kiss fight. So they kind of waller around underwater for a second, but these guys, they showed up with like a harpoon gun slingshot thing, but what they didn't account for was underwater punching. Hulk Hogan is so strong, he can punch someone underwater and it hurts them as much as a regular person's on land punch. There's a conversion chart for that in the back of your notebook.
That's it?
That's it.
Well, I hate to say I told you so, not to mention the fact that I almost became a human shish kebab.
You'll live, Brew. It was just a nick from a spear.
Yeah, stop complaining, brother. You just had a harpoon go 100% through your body.
We weren't the only ones interested in this. Let's see what's inside.
Someone took all the sticks out of the fun dip.
He wasn't a drug dealer, if that's what you mean.
Well, let's just give it the old taste test.
I love when old-timey detectives or something and shows taste whatever curious powder is sitting there. What if it's arsenic? What if it's anthrax? What if it's a pixie stick flavor that you are less fond of than others?
Wait! This powder raised the dead from their graves.
Hey, Hulk Hogan, can you at least wait until the lady walks away before you roll your eyes?
As if.
Zombification, little lad. The living dead.
They were walkers!
The lowest form of voodoo ritual.
Trelawney, were you up again last night watching The Late Show?
This powder goes through the skin and straight to the soul, and then...
The soul, dude? I figured it out. So all these times we've been watching Hulk Hogan, I finally put my finger on his acting style. Hulk Hogan's acting style is like when you watch a movie that starred a bunch of little kids, like Little Rascals, right? And then you watch some like outtakes and you see that like they don't just send kids off to learn a bunch of lines and then come back and perform the scene. They have to like talk them through shot by shot.
Don't look at the camera, sweetie.
That's how I'm convinced that's how they treat Hulk Hogan on a film set. All right, Hulk Hogan, for this next shot, can you just react as if you got back to your speedboat and all the Slim Jims were gone?
Brother.
Let's clean up. Work's done. Time to play. 8 o'clock sound good?
Perfect.
Spence. I'm going to ask you something. I'm going to ask you as nice as I know how. Don't break his heart again.
I don't think that's a question, first of all. I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to ask you as nice as I can. Please don't let me fun dip all this powder. So Hulk Hogan, looking very natural in this environment, is actually getting stood up on his date, dude.
Right this way.
Hey,
What are you doing here?
sightseeing. You know, checking out the competition.
So I never understand Kelly, because sometimes she sounds like she has a New York accent. Sometimes she doesn't have a New York accent.
Hey, Spence, let's plug this place, man.
And sometimes she sounds like Leather Tuscadero.
Well, after Lonnie made her great jerk chicken, we'll stay up late, watch old combat reruns.
What the fuck are combat reruns? Yeah. Hey, you want to come back to my place? We'll have some chicken and watch some combat reruns.
Are you going trick-or-treating?
No, probably. Kelly, I'm going to be okay.
But she shows up anyway.
Hola. Sorry I'm late. Lost track of the time. Never could wear a watch. Oh, maybe we should take up a collection and buy you one.
I thought you were going to go check on Jess.
Is everything okay with her? I mean, we can do this another time. It's a great idea. How about we pencil you in when Haley's Comet returns? I'm going. I don't think she likes me.
Cut. Okay, Hulk Hogan, for the next line, I want you to imagine that your mom just came in and said that you have to go to your cousin's birthday party, but not the fun cousin, the one cousin you don't like anymore because he told on you because you were spitting on the floor of your own bedroom because you wanted to seem cool.
We're like family.
That's a print. So basically, Rita says that everyone's been kind of right about her and Kelly's right to not like her. And basically, she was just afraid of married life before when Hulk Hogan had proposed to her. And she'd like to start over. And something tells me it's only going to last as long as this episode.
The day hasn't passed that I haven't regretted that decision. It's nearly Giddings.
Cut. Okay, Hulk Hogan, she's about to offer you a toast. Now, I want you to look at her just like you were finally leaving the cookout and your mom pulled you aside to tell you that you have to go hug your auntie, even though she still hasn't gotten that floppy skin thing removed from her neck. That's a wrap. So then they start reminiscing about the good old days and laughing and joking about one time they were racing each other on motorcycles and Hulk Hogan wrecked into a truck full of chickens.
It was not chickens. It was ducks.
Oh, even better. Beautiful, cute, fluffy ducks.
Well, whatever it was, you were covered in feathers and you looked like a giant Easter bunny running at me. You looked adorable.
Yeah, you know how the Easter Bunny's covered in feathers, recently deceased via Hulk Hogan motorcycle duck feathers? Hulk Hogan has it bad for this lady still, his ex. They cut it out of the TV version, but the director's cut actually had a scene still in it of what Spence did once he got home after the date.
There is a growing body of evidence to suggest that so-called zombie poison does, in fact, exist. Throughout the Caribbean basin, there have been reports of voodoo priests who can produce a drug capable of shutting down the central nervous system, as well as stopping all cardiac and respiratory activity without causing death.
Well, sweet dreams, honey. So Brew is basically reading a bedtime story to Hulk Hogan's stepdaughter, and we find out that it's about the powder and what it causes. And essentially, when the person ingests the powder, they stop breathing for 12 hours, but they don't die somehow. And then they come back as like a mindless zombie, which explains Beefcake.
What the... Just...
I got worms.
Oh, God.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I just Nesquiked way too much of that zombie powder. It's a go back to bed. Man, not a phone in sight. So Rita gets kidnapped, and the reason why is actually kind of interesting. So Hulk Hogan's character Spence's ex-fiance comes back for one episode and gets abducted out of her hotel by a voodoo team because, of course.
What are you doing out here?
I think that spear that hit me was dipped in zombie poison.
You know, the huge. So Brew essentially wants to go back and find the spear harpoon thing that pierced his arm so he can test it for the poison, the zombie poison that he already has, by the way. And also, this spear's been soaking in water for like 4 days, in salt water, no less. Makes sense to me. I'm not a speedboat scientist detective, so what do I know?
Brew, why don't you just sit down and take
Listen to me, man. I am not going nuts. I know this sounds crazy, but it is happening.
I'm so excited! I'm so scared!
I'm telling you, brother, we're up against the forces of darkness here. Oh. Oh, man.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man.
Trust me, man. We're dealing with something way beyond our comprehension.
She's tampering in dark-sided stuff. She's not a Christian.
Oh yeah, remember how this whole show was about like this hotel and we haven't really been back to it since like episode 1? Well, it's back in POG form and there's something spooky in it happening.
Perhaps if you had heeded my advice, this could have been avoided. As it stands now, I think your friend is in very grave danger.
They turned her into a skeleton. I guess I understand why they kidnapped her, but why'd they do that to the walls?
Oh my God. He's shit everywhere. There's shit everywhere!
Wait, before you go, take this. I made it special for you.
It's macaroni beads. They drew that weird like S thing that everybody drew in junior high.
Computer, this is Brew. Voice activate.
What just happened? Was there like somebody silent farted or something and they just like never addressed it? So essentially they're on their way to Voodoo Island, I guess, and Brew is having increased symptoms, which should surprise no one who's been paying attention.
No one here is going to tell us where Makut is. We'll have to find him ourselves.
Let's get some satellite coverage.
The boat closed and became a spirit Halloween.
Fat!
What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm just feeling a little bit edgy, okay? That's all.
You're not seeing anything, Skin, are you?
No, what makes you say that?
Look, I don't know what's getting into you, but it's starting to scare the hell out of me.
Some producer was just really excited to have their car in the shot. So basically, Brew has to stay on the boat while Hulk Hogan goes to take care of business, which happens pretty quickly because Hulkster wanders into a random part of the woods and then apparently immediately finds the voodoo camp.
Welcome to Saint Lucia, mon ami. First Rita. In good health.
As requested, 4 grams of that weird baby bottle powder candy. Still smells like your pocket.
Release her.
Thank you, Ken.
Run!
Make like a tree, brother. And Hulk Hogan was no match for the old Microsoft paint-drawn coffin trick. I'm actually excited for them to dig him up because I'm hoping that zombie Hulk Hogan's acting will be a little more believable. Kind of weird that Hogan's the one being buried now, you know? You know what I mean? Brother, what are you doing in there exactly, dude?
Brother.
Thank you so much for coming into audition. I understand that you've prepared your own monologue.
It's ridiculous. I mean, there's no curse on me. There's no evil spirits at work here. I've let this thing get totally out of hand. Spence was right. It's time to get a grip. It's time to relax. Refocus my psychic energy. And chill. There. That's better.
We'll call you. So Brew essentially hallucinates that he has transported inside what is now the Finding Nemo exhibit at Epcot.
Oh, man.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man.
This actually reminds me of my favorite Tales from the Crypt episode where this guy had some sort of weird transplant between himself and a cat and he was given 9 lives. He was like one of these shock magician type things who did these crazy tricks. And the whole episode, he's inside his coffin, like remembering, you know, all the stuff and how this is his last extra life that he has. But then while he's in there, by the time you get to the end of the episode, he realizes that when the 9 lives were transferred over from the cat actually died and he miscounted the number of lives that he has and he realizes he's buried alive and he's going to die in there. Even though he's the main character of the episode, that's where he's going to die. That'd be cool, huh?
Oh, God. This is not good. This is not fine. This is... Get the hell out of my head, you sick brain!
There's someone on the way. Something.
Takes way longer than I thought to bury somebody. I know, right? Okay, so like, what is Hulk Hogan now John Henry, the steel driving man who also dies at the end? You imagine that? Okay, so he just realized that he could not only does Hulk Hogan have amazing underwater punch power, but he can punch through a casket and 6 feet of dirt. Maybe you could have punched up this episode. So Hulk Hogan basically just beats up these guys while they stand there and wait to get hit, and then does some wrestling moves into the coffin, which is not the least coolest thing I've ever seen.
Let's go.
So Indianapolis Jones has somehow not only survived that wild explosion, but completely unscathed. He looks pretty clean, actually. But now he's a zombie. And he's so much a zombie that he just stands there and lets Hulk Hogan pick him up and carry him away like a little baby. Like a little baby boy. Like a little baby boy that went to the theme park. He had a big day, but he had a long day, and he's going to pretend like he's asleep. So Dad'll carry him in the car. Man, they're not even trying to hide it. They're not even trying to Weekend at Bernie's this guy. They're just carrying him like a sack of flour down to the dock.
Where is he?
So Voodoo guy goes straight up Frederick Krueger and orders a missile launch on the dock where Spence is with Rita and Indianapolis. Ah, it's too ooky. And you can't really tell because the effects are not that great, but he veers the missile off and it blows up behind the Voodoo guys. And they just jump into the water. So apparently no one in this show gets hurt by explosions. This show really set back explosion lore. Magoo, you have done it again, sir. And then in the next part, it seems like maybe they forgot to shoot the part where they get in the boat. So they just kind of keep the camera on Brew while he talks about how they're getting on the boat.
Whoa! Whoa! You're master Vic! What the fuck? What? You're doing it! You're actually doing it!
I quite disagree with Hulk Hogan's outfit and pants.
Guess I'm making a habit of keeping you waiting.
How's Gordon?
Doctor say I'll be fine.
Good. Look, I asked you to come here because... well...
So Hulk Hogan gives her the engagement ring back. But it's not an engagement ring again. He's not falling back in love and saying, will you marry me again? It's a necklace now.
On your fingers for love. Around your neck it's friendship.
What about that rematch?
To the finish this time?
Exactly.
And remember, this is Florida. Motorcyclists are only allowed to wear old-timey football helmets. Remember, especially if you're a lady motorcyclist, you have to dress like Amelia Earhart.
Go.
So every episode has to end with some sort of athletic or competitive contest of some kind. And this one seems fine to me because it's simply just a dangerous and illegal motorcycle street race through what appears to be a public park. And that doesn't seem like it's ever been a problem ever in the past. Man, that would be so cool if it wasn't so lame. She throws it in the lake. Well, it's a tale as old as time, and you know what they say. If they'd rather have your love on their hand than have your love on their neck, now that's a thunder in paradise. Oh, wait. They never said if Brew ever got cured or not. So he's dead.
this beefcake. Plenty of guest stars joining in the fun. Let them get us and handlebars. Justice just begun. We'll never be outdone. One another number one. Clouds block out the sun. Storm has just begun. Now that's a thunder in paradise.
Hey, if you made it this far, I just want to say thanks for watching the outro. I watched some of the charts of what people watch, and they always stop when the outro comes on. The outro, I think, is better than the intro. Don't tell me I said that.